Welcome to the video lecture on the subject cryptography topic DES. DES stands for Data Encryption Standards. DES is a symmetric key block cipher algorithm. Here, symmetric key means same key is used for encryption and decryption. And then block cipher means encryption takes place by means of blocks. DES is published by NIST, that is National Institute of Standards and Technology. So, DES follows a Feistel structure. Feistel structure is a fundamental for all the block cipher algorithm. So, in DES, the plain text is processed into ciphertext in number of blocks. Here, the block size is 64 bit. So, at a time, 64 bit of plain text is processed to get the equivalent ciphertext. Here, the number of rounds is 16 rounds and the key size is 64 bit. The number of subkeys used are 16 subkeys. Here the subkey size is 48 bit. So from the 64 bit key we have to generate 16 48 bit subkey, and for each and every round we have to use separate individual subkey. At last we get the output of ciphertext as 64 bit. Now let us have a look on the Feistel structure. So Feistel structure is the basics for all the block cipher algorithm. So Feistel structure is the fundamentals of all the block cipher algorithm. In Feistel structure, the plain text block is processed into two equal halves, or we can call it as half. Here the plain text is divided into two equal halves, right half and left halves, and from the right half we have to apply a function. The function may be any logical function. Then depending upon the algorithm the function may vary. That means the function will fully depend upon the algorithm used. In function we will use a separate key, and output from this function will be XORed with the left half. Then the output from the left half and the right half will be swapped. That means the output from the left half will be stored in the right half, and the output from the right half will be stored in the left half. The whole process we call it as a round, that is single round. The process of converting plain text to ciphertext will be done in number of rounds. The number of rounds used are depend upon the algorithm used. So each algorithm will have a different number of rounds. If any plain text will follow this structure, then we call it as Feistel structure. Here, the security mainly depend on the functions and the number of rounds and the number of keys used. Here, we will have a master key, and each and every round we will have a sub key generated from the master key. Suppose if processing is done in 10 rounds, then we have to generate 10 sub keys from the master key. Points to be remembered while implementing the feastal structure. The plain text will be divided into two equal halves. So L for left half of the plain text or right half of the plain text. And next one will be the number of rounds. So the number of rounds will depend upon the algorithm used. Then the number of sub keys. So the number of sub keys used will depend upon the number of rounds. Next point is swapping. Swapping means exchanging. That is, the output from the left half will be given as input to the right half, and output from the right half will be given as input to the left half. Here F indicate the logical function. It may be vary on the algorithm used. That is, the function will depend upon the algorithm used. Here subkeys are generated from the master key. The important point is the security mainly depends on the functions, number of keys and number of rounds. Now let us have a look on DES, that is data encryption standard. So as we know that DES is a symmetric key algorithm. Symmetric key means same key is used for encryption as well as decryption. So DES is a symmetric key algorithm used for encryption of digital data. So before going that, we should know what is digital data. Digital data is information stored on a computer system as a series of zeros and ones in a binary language. So digital data contains the series of zeros and ones. So that means other than 0 and 1, no other will be available in the digital data. So DES is a block cipher algorithm. That means the encryption will take place by using blocks. Now DES algorithm takes plain text in blocks of 64-bit and convert them to ciphertext using keys of 48-bit. DES used 64 bits of block for encryption and decryption. Here 16 rounds of transposition and substitution are performed in order to achieve DES. Here transposition means the plain text, that is the alphabet present in the plain text, will be arranged in other place. That means suppose if a alphabet A appears first place in the plain text, in ciphertext that alphabet will appear in the second or third or something other than the first place. So that is the concept of transposition, but that means arranging the order of the position. Then substitution means each and every alphabet present in the plain text will be substitute other alphabet. That is the concept of substitution. In DES, it uses a 64-bit key. 56-bit keys are used for true key and 8-bit keys are used for parity. Working of DES. When the DES algorithm is applied to data, it divides the message or data or information into blocks and operates on them one at a time. That means at a time one block of encryption will take place. Then the blocks are put through 16 rounds of transposition and substitution function. The result is 64-bit blocks of ciphertext. Then we will talk about DES mode. DES block cipher have several modes of operation. Each mode specifies how a block cipher will operate. The DES modes are: number 1, ECB mode, that is electronic codebook mode. Number 2, CBC mode, that is hyper blockchaining mode. Number 3, CFB, that is hyper feedback mode. Number 4, OFB mode, that is output feedback mode. Then the last one is CTR mode, that is counter mode. Now we will see the ECB mode of operation, that is electronic codebook mode. So ECB is a simplest mode of operation. Here plain text will be divided into number of fixed size block. If message is not a multiple of block size, then padding is done. Padding means adding extra bit to the plain text. The ECB takes one block at a time and encrypt it. So ECB is a symmetric key block cipher algorithm. Symmetric key means same key is used for encryption as well as decryption. And block cipher means the encryption takes place by means of blocks. That is, plain text will be divided into number of block. Now let us take an example. Let block size equal to 4. The plain text will be good morning. So we have to divide the plain text into 4-bit block. That means GOOD belongs to block 1, MORN belongs to block 2, ING, here we have only 3 alphabet. So for making 4 we have to add one extra bit. Here we are adding X as extra bit, that we can call it as padding bit. Now we will see how the encryption takes place. Plain text block 1 will be given as input to the encryption algorithm. For encryption we have to use the key. Here K is the key used for encryption. The output will be ciphertext block 1. Next, plain text block 2 will be given as input to the encryption algorithm. Here also we have to use key. The output will be ciphertext block 2. So this will happen for all the blocks. Now we will see how decryption will take place. So ciphertext block 1 will be given as input to the decryption algorithm. Here also we have to use the same key that is used in the plain text. So the output from the algorithm will be the plain text block 1. Next, ciphertext block 2 will be given as input to the decryption algorithm using key. The output will be plain text block 2. So this will happen for all the blocks. So encryption as well as decryption takes place by using blocks. So advantage of ECB. So it is best for short amount of data. Then disadvantage. So this is not secure for lengthy data. Now we will see the second mode of operation, that is CBC mode, that is cipher block chaining mode. In CBC mode of operation, an initialization vector IV is XORed with the plain text prior to encryption. Here the initialization vector IV is a random public value. In this mode of operation, the output from the XOR operation will be given as input to the block cipher encryption algorithm. Here key K is used for encryption algorithm. The output from the first block cipher encryption will be XORed with the plain text of second block. Here another XOR operation takes place. That means the output from the first block and the second block plain text will be XORed. Then that will be given as input to the encryption algorithm. Here also we have to use the key. Then the output from the second block will be XORed with the third block plain text. So this will happen for all the blocks. Now we will see the third mode of operation, that is CFB mode, that is cipher feedback mode. In CFB mode, it differs from the previous two in that plain text never passes through the encryption algorithm at all. That means, so the plain text will not be encrypted. Instead of encrypting the plain text, here in first block, the initialization vector is encrypted by using the key. Then the result from the encryption algorithm will be XORed with the first plain text block. Then the output will be the ciphertext block 1. This will be given as input to the second encryption algorithm. Here also we have to use the key. Then output from the second encryption algorithm will be XORed with the plain text of block 2. Then the output from the XOR operation will be the ciphertext of block 2. So this will happen for all the blocks. The important thing to be noted is here the plain text will not be encrypted at all. Now we will see the fourth mode of operation, OFB, that is output feedback mode. OFB mode of operation is almost identical to Cipher feedback mode. In Cipher feedback mode, the output of the encryption is XORed with the plain text, and this value is used as the next block's IV. In OFB mode, encryption of the same plain text with the same key using CFB and OFB mode will produce the same ciphertext for the first block but different one for every other block. So that means here also first the initialization vector will be encrypted by using the key. The output from the encryption will be given as input to the second block. After output from the encryption, the first block plain text will be XORed. Then the output will be the ciphertext block 1. Now coming to the second block, here the input will be the output from the encryption algorithm. That means it has no plain text. So for second block of encryption, here also we have to use key. Then the output from the second block encryption will be XORed with the plain text of block 2. Then the output will be ciphertext of block 2. So this process will take place for all the blocks. Now we will see the last mode of operation, CTR mode, that is counter mode. In this mode, it uses a combination of a nonce and counter. Here the nonce is a random number used for all blocks of an encryption operation, and the counter is exactly what it sounds like. A value that starts at 0 for block 0 and increment to 1 for block 1 and so on. This combination guarantees that the same values will not pass through the encryption algorithm in the same encryption session. Similar to the OFB and CFB, the plain text is XORed with the output of the encryption to produce the ciphertext. Now, let us have a look on AES. So, AES stands for Advanced Encryption Standard. So, it is also a symmetric key block cipher algorithm. So, symmetric key means, as we know, that same key is used for encryption as well as decryption. Then coming to the point of block cipher, that means encryption takes place by means of block. That means the plain text will be divided into blocks. So AES is created to replace DES. Then the AES does not use Feastel structure. So Feastel structure means the plain text have to be divided into two equal halves, that is left half and right half. Then here there is no division of the plain text by equally two halves, that is left and right halves. So this AES does not follow the Feastel structure. Then AES uses a 128-bit block size. So block size will be 128-bit. The key size is either 128 or 256-bit. Then AES has 10 or 12 or 14 rounds depending upon the key size used. Here the rounds, that is number of rounds, will depend upon the algorithm used, and the number of keys used will depend upon the number of rounds. Now coming to the working principle of AES. Here plain text is processed in blocks. So plain text will be divided into blocks. So the block size should be 128-bit plain text. That means each and every blocks have a 128-bit block. So the number of rounds used here is 10 rounds. So for each and every round, separate subkey is used. The subkey is generated from the master key. So here the key size will be 128-bit, or we can call it as 4 words. That means 1 words is equal to 32-bit. So 4 into 32 equal to 128-bit. The number of subkeys used are 44 subkeys. The size of subkey will be of 32-bit or 1 word. Here each round 4 subkeys are used. So 4 into 32 is equal to 128-bit. That is the key size. So here 4 subkeys are used for free round calculation. So the total 44 subkeys are used for the AES algorithm. Thank you for listening this video lecturer. Thank you.